everyone, welcome back. Welcome to this husband lunch video. If you're new here, my name is Lindsay. I'm a Canadian mom. So usually I share what my kids are taking in their lunch boxes for school, but every once in a while I like to switch it up and I'll share what my husband has been taking in his lunch box. I pack a lot of lunches around here. So we have 4 kids and, well, 3 of them are in school, soon to be 4. So I pack a lunch for them every day, and then I also pack a lunch for my husband every day. So he's a carpenter and he works outdoors during all 4 seasons, and he takes a lunch from home and his coffee from home every day. So it's such a huge money saver and so much healthier too. I think this day and age, I think we all kind of think the same, where we need to save money where we can. So taking a lunch from home is a big one, and taking your coffee from home as well. We do simple lunches. Dave takes a lot of leftovers. We don't do anything fancy, just normal, typical husband lunches. Dave's not picky, and he eats his lunch cold. He doesn't have access to a microwave. He eats his lunch in his truck, so he's pretty easy to pack a lunch for. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you find it helpful, and hopefully it gives you some ideas for lunches and inspires you to pack a lunch from home. And you know, it doesn't have to be fancy or complicated. But anyway, this is what Dave has been taking in his lunch this past little while. I have some groceries here behind me. I just filmed a small little grocery haul, so I have to get those put away. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. This is what Dave has been taking this past little while. Welcome back. I'm just getting Dave's lunch together for tomorrow. So tonight for supper, I made some homemade macaroni and cheese. So there was enough of that for Dave to take in his lunch tomorrow. Ginger's trying to eat her supper and she keeps barking, and she's going to make herself choke. In here, I'm sending him with some cucumbers and some strawberries. I just slice them and then he can just eat them with a fork. Some trail mix. A pineapple Greek yogurt. I got these on the discount rack, or on clearance at Walmart today. And then I'm also going to send him with one of these sweet and salty almond bars. And then I just have a fork and a spoon wrapped in a paper towel. I'm going to get his coffee made, and that's going to be his lunch. He'll take water, and that will be lunch for tomorrow. Alright, for Dave's lunch for tomorrow, I'm sending him with a little bit of leftovers. So we had these ham and cheese stuffed chicken breasts for supper. So there was 1.5 left. So I'm sending that in his lunch. And then I'm also sending some Caesar salad. So I just have the lettuce in here and the croutons and the cheese. And then I added the salad dressing to this container so he can just add that tomorrow so it won't get soggy. I'm sending him with a pineapple Greek yogurt. A few of these Nibs candy, one of his favorites. And then in this container, I'm just sending him with some veggies, some cucumbers, some baby carrots, and then I cut up a couple of pepperettes and put those in there. So I think that should be enough lunch for tomorrow. And then just his fork and his spoon. And I'll stick his hot sauce in the fridge because I know he'll want that with his chicken. His coffee is all set for tomorrow. I'll just get his mugs out of the sink here. And that will be all set. And I'll stick his water and in his lunch can, and that's going to be his lunch. For Dave's lunch for tomorrow, he is taking some leftovers. So tonight for supper, we had like a sausage and pasta dish. I have pasta. Oh, I just started the dishwasher. Sorry. I should have waited until I recorded this. I wasn't thinking. Anyway, I cooked up some sausages, some pasta, some pasta sauce, some frozen peppers, and some onions. And I put sour cream in it and some seasonings. And anyway, I just cooked that all in one pan. So that will be his main lunch. I'm sending him with some of this trail mix. A bear paw to help with his coffee. There's only one you, Dave. A Cozy Shack pudding. And then just some carrots and some cucumbers. And then I'm going to send him with the rest of the nibs that he can snack on his lunch break. And then, of course, a fork and a spoon. I just finished making his coffee. And he has lots of water. And that will be his lunch for tomorrow. Welcome back. I just came out to the kitchen to add Dave's a spoon in that to his lunch, and realized that I never actually recorded the lunch. So for his lunch tomorrow, he is taking 2 tuna sandwiches. So I just mixed up some tuna with some mayonnaise and some salt and pepper. And I just put some grated cheese in there. He just has them on some white bread. I don't need to open that one because they both look exactly the same. For veggies, he has some sugar snap peas and some little cherry tomatoes. I don't know why all the little tomatoes from Superstore look like that lately. We're still working our way through these pineapple Greek yogurts that I got discounted at Walmart. So he's taking one of those, 2 cheese strings, and then I just threw a bag of Cheez-It crackers in there, and one of these Great Value sweet and salty bars. And then he does have a fork and a spoon. He probably won't need a fork, but he might use it for his veggies. That's in his lunch bag. And then his coffee and his thermoses are all set. His other thermoses in the dishwasher. And his fork and spoon are wrapped in his napkin. And then he has a case of water in his truck. And that's going to be lunch. Welcome back. I just finished getting Dave's lunch together. So for tomorrow's lunch, he is taking, this was a Cobb salad that I had picked up in Superstore today. So I just taken it out of the container and put it in there. And this is just some ranch salad dressing that he can put on his salad. I got strawberries on a great deal at Walmart for 97 cents. I haven't seen them that cheap here in such a long time. So he has some sliced strawberries. Sorry about the dishwasher. Hopefully that's not too loud. Dave just turned it on, and I'm right beside the sink and by the dishwasher. And I know this camera picks up everything, so that's probably really annoying. Anyway, he has some tomatoes in there and just some sliced cucumber, his strawberries. And then these were samosas that I had bought at Superstore today. There was one left, so I'm sending them with that. And then I wasn't sure if that would be filling enough. So we had some leftover pizza, so I'm just going to put a piece of pizza with that. And then he has a strawberry Greek yogurt. And I don't have anything baked, so I'm just going to send him with a bear paw. Have fun today. I'm not sure if it'll be a fun day or not, but and a Nutri-Grain bar. And his coffee's all made, and he has water in his truck, and so we'll take coffee and water, and that will be lunch for tomorrow. I'm just packing up Dave's lunch for work for tomorrow. So tomorrow for lunch he's taking some leftovers. I tried a new recipe today. It was some barbecue chicken meatballs. I thought they were pretty good. I think everybody liked them, except Audrey wasn't a huge fan. But anyway, there was a few left, so Dave is taking those with some brown rice, and I'll put his hot sauce there as well. I'm sending him with 2 of these tomato and basil rice cakes, 2 cheese strings, some grape tomatoes and some cucumbers, a strawberry Greek yogurt, and then just a Go Pure bar and a bag of Crispers. And then I just have a fork and a spoon there, a leftover happy birthday napkin to wrap his fork and his spoon up in, and then he'll take his water and his coffee, and that should be enough for lunch for tomorrow. Welcome back. I was just packing up Dave's snacks, and I got his lunch out of the fridge and thought I will record his lunch. I just opened the dishwasher. I started it, and then I thought I'm not running the dishwasher again while I record another lunch. Of course, you have Ginger jingling her collar in her kennel there. She's giving herself a little scratch and jingling up the storm. Anyway, for Dave's lunch tomorrow, he is taking, of course this lid is suctioned on there. There was some leftover spaghetti. This feels like a lot of spaghetti. I don't know if Dave will eat it all. He probably will. There's some spaghetti and some meat sauce and some Italian sausage in there. So he'll have that with his hot sauce. He must have brought home some of his snacks today, because these are the tomato and basil rice cakes that I sent him, that I packed him for today. He brought that home, and his Crispers. I made some energy bites today, or energy balls, so I'm sending him with some of those. A strawberry Greek yogurt, and then I was in the dollar store today to get some Friday treats for the kids, so I thought I would send Dave with a little Friday treat as well. And then he has his fork and his spoon, and his coffee's all set, and he'll take water, and that is going to be lunch for Friday. Welcome back, everyone. I'm just getting Dave's lunch together for tomorrow. There's a nice sunset out there. For Dave's lunch tomorrow, Well, I made him a chicken sandwich. I had some leftover chicken in the fridge, and I thought I was going to have enough on that chicken to make something for supper, but there was definitely not enough, so I just made Dave a chicken sandwich. So there's just mayonnaise and the chicken and salt and pepper on there. And then I had cooked a frozen pizza, so I'm setting him with a slice of pizza. Some cucumbers and tomatoes and 2 cheese strings in that container. An orange. 3 of these raspberry turnover cookies. These are the no-name brand, but they're really not that good. They're supposed to be like soft cookies, and they're not. And then a Cozy Shack pudding. So, and then I have a spoon and a fork, and he'll take his water and his coffee, and that's going to be everything for his lunch for tomorrow. I'm just going to get Dave's lunch together for tomorrow, but I wanted to show you guys that pretty sunset. Such a pretty sky. It was a beautiful day here today. It's going to be even nicer tomorrow. I had made some sweet and sour meatballs for supper tonight, so he's having some leftover sweet and sour meatballs. There is some rice on the bottom there, and just some veggies, carrots, broccoli, and cauliflower. Cucumbers and tomatoes and a cheese string. I send a lot of the same veggies. I find cucumbers is like my go-to veggie for lunches, in case you haven't noticed. Some of this trail mix, but it's like pretzels and some caramel corn, peanuts, and I think there's like some praline covered almonds. I think that's what they're called. And chocolate chips. I had made some cranberry oatmeal cookies after supper tonight, so I'm setting them with 3 cranberry oatmeal cookies, a Cozy Shack pudding, and then I was just going to stick one of these chocolate drizzled made good granola bars in there. I'm going to get him a spoon and a fork, and I'll wrap that in a napkin, and his coffee is all set. Jacob made his coffee for him this evening, and he has water, and that is going to be lunch. That is all the lunches that I have to share with you in this video. I hope this video gave you some ideas, some inspiration, or just gave you the motivation to pack a lunch and save some money and take a lunch from home. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. If you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time.